Hey everyone, welcome to my Monday edition of my journey through fear and anxiety. And I got to thinking tonight that I should probably even say who I am. I know that a lot of you guys are on and you know who I am, but these videos have been shared and people have liked them and commented, people that I don't know, from different states. So I'm Heidi Kneeling, and I live in Frankenmuth, Michigan, and I am on here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays doing live videos. This is week 8, I think, 8 or 9 that I've been doing it. And hey Mark, how are you? Yeah, this is week 8 or 9 that I've been doing this, and what I'm doing it for is to give people hope. Hey Roxanne, to give people encouragement who are going through fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, all of those things that kind of go with it. So there's so much discouragement that goes with it. There's so much hopelessness that goes with that, and so much feeling alone. Like I've said this in previous videos before, like it truly, when I went through it, I was 11 years old when it started, in my late 30s when it left, when it was gone. But truly at that time, there was no internet, there was no Google, there was nobody that I could talk to. Thank you, Roxanne, I appreciate that. There was nobody that I could talk to, and I felt so alone. Again, it was like 11 when it started. I was 16 before I even told my parents about it. So there's 5 years there that I just kept it to myself totally. So, but now, like I've said, even though you can go online, you can see that there are millions of people who struggle with this, it still causes you to feel alone. It still causes you to feel isolated. It still brings about just feelings. You're not the only one, but you think you're the only one, and it feels like you're the only one. I guess that's how I'm going to say it. Yeah, you're not, but it sure feels like you are. So I'm here to give you encouragement, to give you hope, and to let you know that you're not, to let you know that that I know what you're going through, to let you know that I've been there, I've struggled with it, I've suffered with it, I've panic attacks that sent me running out of a house, panic attacks that caused me to quit jobs, I've been there. I've been in that hellish existence, and I'm here just to give you hope. So, if you're listening to this or watching this for the first time, go back. You can go back on my wall, and there's videos, like I said, I think this is week 8 or 9. There's videos that go back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They all have topics. Check them out. If there's, particular things that you're struggling with, you might see a topic that just speaks to you. Hey, Beverly, how are you? Or share them. If you're watching and you go, this isn't, this doesn't pertain to me. I don't struggle with this. But I feel like everybody knows somebody that does, right? Everybody seems to know somebody that does. So, like it, share it. The more you do that, the more it gets out, the more people it reaches, and the more people have hope and encouragement. All right. So, hey, Crystal. So tonight, my topic is smoke and mirrors. And it's funny because God always kind of brings things in when he wants to show me stuff. And if you watched, I think it was one of last week's where I said, I'm dealing with something right now. I'm kind of going through something right now that the message that I bring to you is also a message that I can take. Like I was, saying to people, yeah, I might be done with fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, but that doesn't mean that I don't struggle with some stuff still. So I guess I don't want to give this impression like, everything is like, man, everything is just wonderful. No, I go through things too, just like you do. It may not be fear and anxiety attacks anymore, but I do too, right? Hey, Elma. So good to see you. Okay, smoke and mirrors. This is what God's been showing me. So I'm going to start. I was in Atlanta over the weekend. I had to work there at the Big Mart downtown for my work. So my husband and I went to Cheesecake Factory the one night, right? And it was so busy. It was in beautiful, it's called Lenox Mall in Buckhead, Georgia, and big lineup. We waited for, well, actually big line. We didn't wait for that long, maybe a half hour, but we go in there, right? We're in there and we're looking at Cheesecake Factory, right? While we're standing in line and we're going, wow, this is like the biggest Cheesecake Factory like we've ever seen. It just goes back and it goes on forever. You know, there was seating over here, there was seating over there, there was seating, you know, immediately by us. And then it went back to the, you know, to where we could hardly, you know, see. It was like, wow, this place is huge, you know? So pretty soon we're kind of looking, and I think I turned around and maybe looked behind me, and I thought there was a wall outside, and I turned and I looked in front of me, and I'm going, like that looks like the same wall. I looked out that way again, looked this way, and it's like, wow, lo and behold, there's mirrors. There's mirrors there that make Cheesecake Factory look much, much bigger than what it really is. You know, then my husband is seeing people and going, yeah, if you'll look, you see that person, like that waitress is walking, but you also see her over there too in the mirror, right? So it made it look much larger than what it was, right? Much bigger than what it is, okay? So it was like, wow, now I know what I'm going to talk about on Monday, because I've read a few things, and like I said, God brings things into me and he brings them again and again and again to go, okay, I want you to know this. I want you to be aware of this. And the articles that I read this week were about smoke and mirrors and how the enemy tries to get you with smoke and mirrors to make things look larger than life, right? So the fear, the anxiety, you know, the panic, the depression, the things that go with it, you know, it's just like that mirror at Cheesecake Factory, right? It made it look so big, but it was like, it was the illusion of it being that big. It really wasn't that big. And that's exactly what happens when we go through this. You know, it's like it's like larger than life. Like, I can't even conquer this. And I looked up smoke and mirrors to see exactly what it said. And this is what it says, the definition. There was a couple definitions of it. And it said the obscuring or embellishing of the truth with misleading, being misleading, right? Here's another one. Hang on just 1 minute, because this was a really good one. Nope, hang on, wrong one. Trickery or deception, okay? Smoke and mirrors, you know, people like, this is how I want you to see it, okay? And if you've listened to me long enough, you know, there's a God that loves you. There's a God up in heaven that loves you, that doesn't want you to live like this, that doesn't want you to be in fear, to be in anxiety, to be in panic. True. How could a loving Father in heaven want you to live like that? But there's an enemy of your soul, which is your mind, your will, and emotions, right? That wants you, that brings you, when you have a situation that you're dealing with, if it's fear, anxiety, panic attacks, depression, whatever it is, wants to bring smoke and mirrors to that situation, right? And with trickery and deception, right? With illusions of this being so much bigger, you know, so much bigger. He wants you to think it's even bigger than God, right? This is the illusion that it gives. It's even bigger than God. Like, I don't even know if he can do anything about it. That's the deception that the enemy brings in. That's the deception he wants your mind to think, that when this is happening, that it's larger than life, that it's overwhelming, that it's like, I don't think that there's ever anything that I'm going to be able to do about this. I'm going to just have to live with this. Maybe this is going to happen. Maybe that's going to happen. That's what used to happen to me when I went through this. You know, it was always that what if. It was always that initial fear, you know, like yeah, you know, like the panic, like the, you know, what's going to happen? What's, you know, I got to run. I got to go. This is bigger. I can't handle it, right? That's exactly what it's designed to do. That's exactly, it's smoke and mirrors. Honestly, it's smoke and mirrors. Everything that I ever thought of during the time I had the panic and anxiety attacks and things, anything that I ever thought of, this could happen and that could happen, and what if this happens and what if that happens, I'm pretty sure none of it ever did. It was, again, that illusion, that smoke and mirrors, just like Cheesecake Factory, just like going in there, having the illusion of this place being so big. And obviously they're not trying to trick you or anything. They're trying to make it look, it makes it look nice and spacious. It makes it look less crowded and things. But it's like, wow, it's not that big. And that's what God wants you to see. That's how He wants you to see what you're going through. That's how He wants you to see the fear and the anxiety and the panic and all the things that go with it. He wants you to take those smoke and mirrors away and say, no, it's not that big. No, it's not too big for me. No, it's not that big that you'll never get through it. It's no, this is not going to happen to you, or that is not going to happen to you. Don't look at it and make it larger than life. The more attention you bring to it, the more you think about it, the more the thoughts come in, the more those smoke and mirrors are going to be there, and it's going to be overwhelming, and that's what causes the discouragement, and that's exactly what the enemy wants. It's exactly what he wants. To get into your mind, to get into your heart, to get into your soul, mind, will, and emotions, right? And bring those thoughts and bring those things in that make you think that you can't overcome, that make you think that you can't conquer this, that you and God together can't do it, because you know what? You and God can. The enemy's no match for God. He's no match for God. He wants you to think that he is. He wants you to think that he is even more powerful. But that's simply not true. So begin to think about that, when you're having that day, when you're in that panic mode, or you're in that, step back right away. Even the things that come out of your mouth right away, no, I'm not going to think that, or no, I'm not going to let my mind go there. No, that's just smoke and mirrors. This is not as big as it seems. This is not as big as it looks. I can overcome this. I will overcome this. You've got to watch what you're saying, but no, I know it seems like big. I know it seems, but it's what you're thinking about it and what the enemy wants you to think about it. Okay? It's called smoke and mirrors. Hang on one second. What, honey? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, hey, Gwen. How are you? And Butterhome Bakers, I'm sorry. I see you guys too. I don't know if you're still watching, but I get kind of caught up with things, and I don't read those. And my husband he watches it too, and he's like, okay, these people are on, Heidi. So anyway, that's my message tonight, and I hope it blessed you. It sure did me, It was so spot on when I was there in Cheesecake Factory, and then it was like, wow, I had just read something about smoke and mirrors, and then actually there was another article about smoke and mirrors. The illusion that something is bigger than you can, that it's beyond your control, that it's so big that there isn't anything that you can do about it. That's smoke and mirrors. That's the illusion. It's an illusion. It's an illusion, not a reality. It's not the truth. It's the illusion of the truth. The truth is you can overcome. The truth is you can break free and break out of this. The truth is it's not so big that you can't conquer it, and that God can't help you to conquer it. All right? So that's what I've got for you guys tonight, and I hope it blessed you. Again, you guys, if you know anybody who needs this, please share it, or just let them know they can go on my wall and watch it. But the more it gets liked, the more it gets shared, the more it gets out there to as many people that need it. Then the more it gets out there. It's and that's what I want. That's my passion, is to see people set free from this, and to give hope and encouragement to those who really, really need it. So anyway, hey Alicia, how are you? I think I've seen you on before. Anyways, that's all for tonight, and I will be back on Wednesday. I don't know what the topic will be, but I always I always know as it comes. Thank you, Alma. I appreciate that, And it was a good word, and it came straight from God. It was like I, looked at my husband and at the Cheesecake Factory and said, "Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to talk about on Monday." So, anyways, be blessed, you guys. Be encouraged, and don't let your hope diminish. No, you keep your hope alive. All right, and see you Wednesday. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.